Hi there, my name is Jay Mehta, and in this video, I will show you some of the tricks I know to calculate faster using the calculator. I will also be telling you about some of the common mistakes that students make while using the algebra mode of this calculator. So, for example, if I want to add two numbers, 5 and 2. Now, for all my demonstrations, I'll be using simple numbers. But of course, whatever I do is more useful when you're dealing with huge numbers. If I add 5 and 2, I get 7. If I press execute again, what it does is it repeats the last command I'd given it. If I'd given it 5 plus 2, it'll repeat it. So if I want to add 2 to 7, what I can do is I can either type 7 and then add 2 to it, or I can use shift and press this button. It gives me the previous answer, and then I add 2 to it. And an additional benefit of this is that if I press execute again, it gives me 11. So what it does is it repeats the previous command with the latest answer. If I press again, I get 13. One additional thing here is that if I feel my screen is getting too confusing, too crowded, all I need to do is press F2, delete all, and select yes. I want to do two operations. I want to add 2 and 8 and then subtract 3. So I do my first operation. And now if I want to subtract 3, one way to do it is I press shift and answer. So I get my previous answer and then I subtract 3 from it. However, this is time consuming. What I want to do is press my operation directly. If I do this, look what happens. It takes the previous answer and fills it in automatically. And now all I need to do is subtract 3. Another thing I would like to mention is that let's say you want to divide 1 by 2. Of course, you get 0.5. Now, let's say in your exam paper, you have all answers in fractions and no answer in decimal. And you don't know what this decimal corresponds to. What you need to do is just press shift and this button. It'll give you the equivalent in the other group. So let's say if you have a decimal, it'll give you the fraction, and if you have a fraction, it'll give you the decimal. Now, for some of the most commonly made calculated mistakes, let's say you want to find sine 30. So you type it in and you press execute, and look what you get. You get a negative number, and it's definitely not 0.5. This is because the calculator has taken this argument in radian and not in degrees. What you need to do for this is open the setup window, go to angle, and change it from radian to degree. Now, if you try out sine 30, you get the correct answer. Another thing I've noticed is that let's say you want to find root 3, you type it in and press execute, and you get root 3 itself. Now, during the exam, you'll probably start panicking at this point if you need a specific answer. But all you need to do is just go to the setup window again, and instead of the math mode, select the linear mode. Now, if you do the same thing again, you get the actual value. Such small details, like the ones you're now aware of, really help you save time and avoid stress during the exam day. I hope this video was helpful for you. In the next video, I'll be discussing more about the graphing section of the graphing calculator. Thank you.